The resilience of the Yemeni Houthis in the face of Israeli and U.S. airstrikes, especially since the escalation in Gaza, is a testament to their strategic adaptability. They've fortified their positions and developed a network of underground tunnels, making it challenging for airstrikes to achieve their objectives. Their use of drones and missile technology, often sourced from Iran, has allowed them to retaliate effectively, showcasing their ability to strike back despite overwhelming odds. On the other hand, the Saudi-led coalition, despite its backing from the U.S., has struggled to defeat the Houthis due to a combination of factors. The Houthis have a deep-rooted local support base and a strong ideological commitment, which fuels their resistance. Additionally, the complex terrain of Yemen complicates military operations, making it difficult for conventional forces to gain the upper hand. This dynamic illustrates how asymmetric warfare can level the playing field, challenging even the most powerful militaries. Here is more detailed reports from First Post.
The war in West Asia is taking a dramatic turn. After taking on Hamas in Gaza and Hezbollah in Lebanon, Israel is now fighting on another front. The Houthis in Yemen. The back and forth has been ongoing for months. Every rocket or missile launched by the Houthis is met by retaliatory airstrikes. Israeli F-16 and F-15 jets are loaded with long-range standoff weapons. The bombing runs in Yemen have destroyed several Houthi weapons. And joining this fight is the United States, with heavy deployment in and around the Red Sea. American warships often defend Israel from Houthi attacks. And the US continues to deploy its fighter jets to bomb targets in Yemen. But the Houthis are not backing down. In fact, they've decided to take the fight to the Israelis and Americans. The Yemen-based Houthis say they will target Israel until there is justice for the Palestinians of Gaza. The Iran-backed group has accused Israel and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of carrying out a genocide in Gaza.
Truly, we will not stop supporting Gaza or abandon it. We hope in this new year that God grants us his victory and that he grants victory to those resisting among us in Gaza. We stand with them until death. We approach this with determination and willpower, using all the strength we can muster.
To show solidarity with the Palestinians, the Houthis have launched multiple ballistic missiles at Tel Aviv since December 2024, and the Yemeni group decided to name these missiles Palestine 2.
The missile force of the Yemeni armed forces, with the help of God Almighty, targeted a military target of the Israeli enemy in the occupied Jaffa region with a hypersonic ballistic missile of the Palestine 2 type. The missile hit its target accurately, and the defenses and interception systems were unable to confront it. The missile forces of the Yemeni armed forces carried out a military operation that targeted the Orit Rabin power plant belonging to the Israeli enemy south of the occupied city of Haifa. This was done using a hypersonic ballistic missile of the type Palestine 2. The operation successfully achieved its objective by the grace of Allah.
The Palestine 2 is a two-stage solid-fuel hypersonic ballistic missile. The missile is developed by Yemen with significant technology transfer from Iran. The Palestine 2's development began in 2020 and it was officially inducted in 2024. It carries a 500-kilogram warhead and has an estimated range of about 2,200 kilometers. The missile can achieve speeds of up to Mach 16, and it uses a combination of GPS-guided and inertial guidance systems. It has even defeated Israel's Iron Dome air defense system on numerous occasions. The Houthis have launched the Palestine 2 ballistic missile at least 6 times. Each time, it has caused considerable damage in Tel Aviv, Haifa, and nearby cities. In retaliation, Israel has launched large-scale airstrikes across Yemen, hitting the international airport in the capital Sana'a and a shipping port and power stations at Hodeidah.
We are in the war of revival, the generation of the Maccabees today. A little while ago, the Air Force attacked targets of the Houthi terrorist organization in Yemen, both on the coastline and in Sana'a. We are determined to root out this terrorist arm of Iran's axis of evil. We will persist in this until we complete the job.
We have just seen a precise operation by the Israeli Air Force, hitting specific Houthi target in Yemen, at the airport, at the port. As we said, whoever hurts Israel, we will hurt him. We will hunt down all the Houthi leaders, hit them as we have done elsewhere. No one will be able to escape Israel's long measure. We will attack them in order to remove threats to the state of Israel.
The US Navy also launched its fighter jets to join Israel in bombing Houthi targets. In the first week of January, the US Navy dropped bombs on Houthi positions across Yemen. But the Houthis also rang in the new year with a win. The Yemeni group shot down 2 American MQ-9 Reaper drones, one over central Yemen and the other over the Red Sea.
With the help of Allah Almighty, the air defenses of the Yemeni armed forces managed to shoot down an American MQ-9 drone while it was carrying out hostile missions in the airspace of Mera province. The drone was shot down by a locally manufactured surface-to-air missile. This drone is the second that our air defenses managed to shoot down within 72 hours, and the 14th during the Battle of the Promised Conquest and the Holy Jihad in support of Gaza.
The Houthis have now shot down their 14th American MQ-9 Reaper drone since October 7, 2023. These are known as the world's most expensive UAVs. Each MQ-9 Reaper is priced at a whopping $30 million. This means the Houthis have handed the United States losses worth more than $400 million. Now, the MQ-9 Reaper is arguably one of the most advanced drones in the world. It has an unmanned aircraft that is operated remotely. It can be armed with Hellfire missiles and guided long-range munitions. The Reaper can fly at a maximum altitude of 50,000 feet and remain airborne for up to 30 hours. The drone has an operational range of almost 2,000 kilometers. It has some of the most advanced cameras and sensors under its nose, and it can be used for surveillance and strike roles. Popularly known as the world's costliest drone, the MQ-9 Reaper has not lived up to its expectations against the Houthis. As the Iran-backed Houthis say, they will keep shooting down the Reaper, using a missile that barely costs anything compared to the Reaper. The Houthis use the Sukhar missile for their air defenses. It derives its origins from the Iranian 358 surface-to-air missile. The Sukhar is a loitering missile, and it uses an infrared imaging seeker. It is equipped with a high-explosive frag warhead, which spews hundreds of shards of shrapnel once the warhead's proximity fuse is triggered. Overall, each Sukhar missile costs between $70,000 to $100,000. For the Houthis, this is a clear win. They are able to shoot down a $30 million drone using a missile that costs a fraction of that. But the cost of the Reapers being shot down is just the tip of the iceberg. Washington has already burnt more than $22 billion on military operations in West Asia since October 7, 2023. The Houthis continue to extract heavy costs from the Pentagon, but the White House says that they're in the fight till the end, and they won't leave their closest ally, Israel, to fight the Iranian proxy groups all alone.